Good morning, everybody. Remember last time I was saying that I was gonna go to bed early so I could get more sleep? Well, that only worked for a day. The first night was fantastic. I went to bed around 9:30 and woke up the next morning around 4. Normally that would have sucked, but since I turned in so early, I was able to still secure like around 7 hours of sleep. Fast forward to second night, just like the night before, around like 9 or 10 p.m., I took out my sleeping bag, plugged in my heated blanket, and then went to bed. But this time it didn't go that well because around midnight, I woke up with my whole body shivering, and I remember thinking to myself, it's like, what the fuck is going on? It should not feel this cold in the car around midnight. So then I started looking around trying to figure this out, and that's when I realized after plugging in my heated blanket for at least 2 hours, my battery still had a full charge. What I didn't know when I went to bed was like the heating aspect of this blanket stopped working. So I basically went to sleep with a regular ass blanket, and not even a good one at that. The way this heated blanket works is like there are wires running all through the blanket itself. That's when you plug it in, it gets warm. The problem is the wires they use are super thin, so they're prone to snapping. And that's exactly what happened to ours. It took me a while to find exactly where the breakage occurred. Oh, it's right here. You can see I already poked a hole after finding the broken wires. Let me pull them out and show you guys. You see these two parts broke off from each other. I tried to put them back together using duct tape, but it didn't work because the wire didn't snap at force. It didn't go like this. Instead, it literally just disintegrated from excessive heat. So before I can get my hands on some new wires, I can't fix this. Without the heating element, this is a rather shitty blanket because it's so thin, it doesn't provide you much insulation at all. I'm so ready for winter to be over. Oh, I'm out of drinks. Fuck. I parked at this like relatively empty parking lot. There's a whole bunch of vacant storefronts over there. Let's find a place to pee first. Walmart seems like a good place. We can also get some drinks while we're in there. Oh, this is not a super center. They don't have produce here. Where's the bathroom though? You know, all the super centers have one in the back, but I'm not sure about this one. It says restroom to the left. Okay. Okay, now we can go find our drinks. We're looking for ginger ale. Right here. What's the price? Holy shit, it's almost $6. Fuck that, I'm not paying $6 for a case of soda. That's crazy. We're just gonna get the Walmart brand. $1.48, look at that. Soda has become so expensive, which sucks for me because I buy a lot of it. Hello. 就1块5还要查我一下。Oh. Since this Walmart doesn't have a bakery, let's go somewhere else to get breakfast. We'll have Taco Bell for breakfast. Wait, there's a Lidl. Holy shit, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I think the last time I went to a Lidl was like 3 years ago. I love this store. They have really cheap baked goods that's freshly made. Right over here. Actually, it doesn't seem like these are that fresh. Yeah, they're cold. That's disappointing. Yeah, the donuts are cold too. We'll just get some pretzel roll. This is like $2.
For each item.
$1.78.
Download our Lidl app.
The weather is lovely today. Let's eat outside. This seems like a good place. So I got 1 pretzel, 2 pretzel, and a pretzel roll. We kind of came too late today, so this is not warm anymore, it's cold. Lately, there's a lot of news regarding Kate Middleton, right? Like her being diagnosed with cancer and earlier being reported missing. And somebody asked me the other day, like, what do I think about it? And my answer is, I don't give a shit. 你说我为什么要关心他？就即使他是失踪了或者是病死了，我也不是等着要上位。这话反过来说，即使他的病真治好了，我也不会说去买肉包饺子庆祝。这和我有什么关系啊 ？This is also pretzel, but in like a roll form. I wish it's warm. When it's cold, it's not as good. I don't know why people are so obsessed with the royal family. Like, you don't fucking know them, and they don't fucking know you. And it's not like they have some like innate talent, like a, you know, athlete or a singer or like a movie star. They're just like two random people. 这就好比在国内有人突然走到你面前跟你说，哦，你可要对我恭恭敬敬的，我可是朱元璋78代的传人。我要碰到这路人，我就跟他说，哎，真巧了，咱俩是一系的。论辈分呢，我还是你大爷，赶快磕头。Okay, I'm full. Let's save this for later. I just remember we still have that thing from Taco Bell in the car. You know what? I can finish it. It's no problem. Those pretzels are really salty and dry. If you've ever been to Europe, you've definitely seen Lidl before. They're everywhere, but in the US, I think they only started opening stores like maybe 5 years ago on the East Coast primarily. I want to eat this now because I don't want this to get cold either. It's going to taste really bad once it gets soggy. This is their slow roasted chicken taco, like it's a new menu item. It's pretty good. I like it. Comes with this like avocado salsa. So it's basically like a hard taco shell with some special sauce, cheese, and roasted chicken. It tastes like some kind of like a chipotle sauce. I could be wrong though. It's only been sitting in the car for like 15 minutes, but the outer shell is already getting soggy. You need to eat this right away. I actually don't have anything to do today, so I think I'm just gonna go to an empty parking lot and read some books. What the fuck? My check engine light just came on. I need to pull over and see what's going on. Yeah, it came on just now. I don't know what it is, honestly. So we're just gonna use this OBD2 scanner and it's gonna tell us what the error code is. Just plug this into this little port. And now we go onto our phone, open up the scanner app, and start scanning, basically. Okay, connect. OBD2 read. Okay, let's see what it is. Cylinder 1 misfire detected. That's interesting. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know that we have the same error code pop up maybe 4 months ago, 3 months ago, back when we were in Nevada. And what I did back then was I replaced all the spark plugs and cleared the code. And after that, the code never reappeared until now. This time, I don't think it's the spark plugs because, yeah, it is true that we drove cross country not too long ago, but we put on at most like 4,500 miles on those spark plugs, so they should be good. There is a possibility that it's the coil pack that's causing the problem because last time, even though we replaced the spark plugs, we did not replace those. And that's an easy fix. We just need to order the part and unscrew some bolts. But the fact that it's on the same cylinder again makes me a little worried because if it's not the coil pack and it's not the spark plugs, there must be like a leak or a crack that's causing low compression in the chamber. And that would be so bad. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pop the hood. We're gonna do some diagnosis and test our theory. So this cylinder is the one that's having problem. This is cylinder 1. And right here is the coil pack I was talking about. My hypothesis is that The coil pack is worn out, which leads to poor ignition, which leads to misfiring on this cylinder. To confirm our suspicion, we're going to swap out this coil pack with maybe this one or this one, and if the misfire ends up moving to a different cylinder, we're going to know for sure that this particular coil pack is the issue. And what if it didn't? Then we're going to have a big problem on our hand. Luckily for us, it's actually very easy to remove these coil packs. It's even easier than doing spark plugs. There's only one bolt holding down each of them. Need to get this wire out of the way first. Once you have the bolt removed, you just unplug this connector. You should be able to do it by hand, like this. And then you can just pull the whole thing out. It looks okay, but it's hard to tell without taking this apart. Just gonna take a look at the spark plug, make sure it's still in place. Yeah, it looks okay. I think I'm gonna swap that one with this one because the other two, the manifold is in the way, so it's hard to get to the bolts. Again, disconnect the connector and then pull it out. Now we have this, we just put it in cylinder 1. And the one that's used to be in cylinder 1, we're going to put it in cylinder 2 instead. Plug back in the connector. This is super important, you can't forget about this. And now we just bolt them back down. It doesn't need to be too tight. Okay, all set. Put the engine cover back on. And lastly, we're gonna go back into the car, clear the code. Alright, we're gonna start the engine again. We're gonna go back to our app and clear all these code. And now all we could do is just wait. Hopefully the check engine light comes on again soon and the misfire moves from cylinder number 1 to cylinder number 2. And that will give us the confirmation we need to conclude the coil pack is the root of the problem. Which is what I'm hoping for, honestly. Because if it wasn't, we're likely fucked. The engine feels okay. I don't see any like RPM drops. The light hasn't come on yet. This is actually one of those rare instances where I actually want to see a check engine light on my dashboard. Because like once I see the light, I will know for certain whether it is a coil pack issue or something else. Like this state of not knowing what the answer is what makes me so anxious. I'm just gonna park here in the shade and do some reading. This is the book I got from the library the other day. I'm only on chapter 3. So far, it's okay. It's mostly just been laying out the scene. Too early to tell how good it is. Okay, I'm about halfway through this book. It's starting to get a little interesting. It's definitely giving off a little bit of a Gone Girl vibe, which is not a bad thing at all. Oh, by the way, I don't read nearly as fast in English as I do Chinese. That kind of makes sense because for every English book I read, I probably read maybe 25 to 30 Chinese books. And also you have to consider the difference between native language and second language. I kind of wish I read faster though, because that way I could read so many more books. 哦，对了，我记得小的时候上学，从小学一直到高中。尤其是初中那段吧，我感觉，因为我这个人呢，对学习看的并不是特别重，所以大部分的课真的是没有兴趣听，尤其什么数学啊、英语、生物、物理之类的。所以老师讲课的时候，我不是睡觉就是看书。我记得当时是什么书都看，有什么言情、科幻、历史、杂文、青年。 甚至是幽默搞笑，只要是能借来的，不管是从同学还是外边借，我都看。因为你要知道，当时没有智能手机嘛，就是诺基亚那种游戏玩几天就玩腻了，所以说你在学校里边的时候，除了睡觉就只能是看书。最开始初一的时候还遮遮掩掩的把这个课外书藏到教科书后边，怕老师看到。然后到初二、初三，尤其是初三的时候，老师就是一般来说只关注学习好的，像我这样学习成绩比较一般的，基本上就不管你了，想干什么干什么，睡觉啊、看书啊，随便。所以那段时间如果条件允许的话，一天至少能看一本书。Those were the good times. Oh my god, makes me nostalgic.